Let the bodies hit the floor. 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 Ladies and gentlemen. Wow, it's not available. Hang on. Something's gone wrong. Why is this video is unavailable? Does it not even working at all? Am I out there? Hello world. I click on it and it just says this video is unavailable. Poor internet? Who knows? I don't even know. I feel I can't carry on without the knowledge of knowing that I am out there. I think it might be my iPad because it's saying live. Look, I'm doing nothing until my iPad works, ladies and gentlemen. You will get nothing from me. I won't even introduce what it is because I'll stop this bloody stream right now. Don't you worry about it, and I'll start again. That's a threat. All right, I've plugged the iPad in. What's wrong with you, you arse? Technology. Oh, I tell you what, if AI ever takes over, I've got a word or two for it. Come on, you silly sausage. There we go, I'm on. I see myself now. I just needed to plug it in. That's the thing with AI, they need power. And I have the power. Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Thingamajig's Racing Channel. We are here with the O.T.H Racing Conglomerate. I said it. I've practiced all week. All week I've been practicing. I've even got it written down phonetically. Conglomerate. The word I have struggled for the first 7 rounds. I don't even know what is V111. That's 8, I think. Oh my God. I thought it was funny using Roman numerals to take the mick because it's an old kind of codgers racing club. So I used Roman numerals to iterate how old the club is. And now it's doing nothing but a bane in my life of Google trying to find out what numbers are what digits. Anyway, round 8, I think. Yes, it's round 8. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. St. Croix. St. Croix. However you want to say it. I used to say it St. Croix. And then my wife pointed out, you're such an oaf. It's St. Croix. Not a Q or any of the words, W. None of those letters, are used in the name. So that's how bizarre the French are. St. Croix would be Q-U-W-A-U. Croix. Not Croix. Croix sounds like somewhere in Cromden. Right then, St. Croix. Ladies and gentlemen, or St. Croix. Who knows what it's called? We got rules. We're having an endurance race, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the Group 3 cars. The endurance racing rules means in the O.T.H that all the 3 racing tyres are available. The top 6 qualify on racing hards and the rest qualify on racing softs. All race on mandatory racing medium and racing soft tyres. I believe this is 14 laps of the tricky French road course. And I'm looking for the table. We'll do the table and then we are all about the racing. Okay, this table here looks like the way to go. After round 7, yes, my lovies. Here we go then. So Amtrak still at the top of the table. What a race last round, eh? What a race. I hope you watched it because it was a banger. 124 points now for Amtrak. He is really starting to pull out the lead. Pigsy still in second, but on 108 and slipping away from that championship. In third, we've got the Duffman. Always present, ladies and gentlemen. He's on 88 points, but he has dropped around to the guys ahead of him. So when the points are dropped at the end of the season, it's going to be tight schnizzle. In fourth, we have Ace Matteo on 78 points. This is going to be tight when it comes down to it. Buggy is fifth on 73 points. Then we have Danielson, Danny LaRusso, on 55 points, just ahead of Flinch, who's on 54 points. Oban is in 9th on 50 points, ahead of Rudes in 10th on 48 points, ahead of Jonty, who's in 11th on 46 points, 43 points for medium GT in 12th, up a million in 13th on 42 points. In 28th, we have on 28 points, is Orgasmic Cry in 14th, and Gaz is 15th on 22 points. And it looks like the dude who was on no points for the longest time, I'm going back to one of the old tables, he gets a mention every time. Flickoff is off of the table now. He's off of the table, ladies and gents. Even if he wanted to score a point, I don't think he's able to because his name's been removed. Right then, they qualified. Don't forget them top 6 guys, which I've closed it now. That was helpful, isn't it? The top 6 guys all have to qualify on those hard tyres. Tough job, especially around one of these longer tracks. So we are talking about Amtrap, Pigsy, Duffman, Matteo, Buggy and Danny LaRusso all having to go out on the hard tyre for qualifying. So after that, shall we see what the grid looks like? Ladies and gents, this is going to be absolutely lit. I tell you, I do like St. Croix. It gives up some good racing. It really does. And in these Group 3 masterful beasts, this is going to be a show. So on pole position then, ladies and gents, let me introduce to you medium GT in the Nissan. There's no medium about that qualifying session, ladies and gentlemen. He sent it, and he sent it hard. He'll be starting on the soft tyres, so he is starting with a racy set of mind. He is going to be absolutely slinging Nissan, ladies and gentlemen, around the French streets of St. Croix. In second place, absolutely killer job for the Kilroy. Ladies and gents, the Ferrari looking very strong here. He, ladies and gentlemen, has opted to start on those medium tyres. He's picked up some sponsors. I can't remember seeing them on the back before. So he's doing an absolutely stand-up job in the Ferrari is Kilroy at the moment. Second, starting with medium tyres. Third on the grid is another Ferrari, ladies and gentlemen. It's Flinch, and he has been an absolute live wire the last few rounds. And we always like to spot to check to see if he's going to have his windscreen wiper on this round, and I reckon he will. And there we go then. It's the FL inch, ladies and gentlemen. He gives them the full inch. That's what the ladies say about our man Flinch. He is the full inch. And he is in third place, ladies and gentlemen. I'm trying not to crack up. I don't know why full inch has tickled my fancy. That's what she said. There we go, fourth, Buggy. Buggy would have had to qualify on the hard tyres, ladies and gentlemen. And he is starting on the medium tyre. I'm still not 100% sure that this is working. We're going for it, though. So Buggy starting fourth. He had to qualify on the hard tyre, and he's got himself a fourth place on the grid. All's good in the hood, says the Bug. In fifth place, ladies and gentlemen, it's our first McShady of the day, and it is Orgasmic Cry. Orgasmic Cry there. He's not had the results he's wanted so far this season, but we do know he has the pace to get them. So Orgasmic Cry, he can see the front from where he is, and I am looking forward to seeing him absolutely sling that one into the first couple of corners up against those toughies up ahead. Sixth place, ladies and gentlemen, Oban still trying to change my opinion of the Renault in this game, and that's not bad qualifying, it has to be said. And he got good results last round in the Group 4 variation, so he's still not turned me on the Renault. I still think it's a hot mess of a car in the corners, but I haven't tried it for a while. I keep threatening it. Maybe we'll do a bit of a stream of me and Oban driving around in the Renault. Get Oban to teach me how to drive the Renault. Okay, then we've got next Duffman. Third in the championship, the man that shares the replays. It is the Duff man, ladies and gents, in the second McShady. So the McShady not too bad, although the Ferraris look hot as hell. The McShady not looking too tricky around St. Croix. And he's starting, sorry, I'm not keeping you up. Orgasmic Cry starting on the soft tyre. Boogie starting on the medium. Oban starting on the medium. Duffman is opting for a soft tyre. So he's going to be very racy into the first few corners. Well, not the first few corners. I'll take that back because the tyres are soft, cold in the beginning. But come third, fourth corner, those soft tyres should be up to temperature. And then he'll be looking racy. 8th place. It's Amtrak, the championship leader, and my word, I do enjoy his liveries when they come. And that's Amtrak championship leader, 8th, and he's starting on... Ooh, where's the camera gone? Hello? Have I gone all the way around? There you go. I was looking down at the list and had my finger on the joystick. So Amtrak there, 8th, championship leader. He's fighting with the Duffman and Pigsy, so it's a tight one for them at the moment. So Amtrak in 8th place, Pigsy starting in 9th in Psycho Sharon. And I'm not sure, he's taking full responsibility for all of the Ferrari's deficits this season. He's saying he's just driving her too hard. He is just ploughing her into another dimension, and he needs to ease off a little bit. But Pigsy doesn't know what ease off means, ladies and gentlemen. And do you know pigs can have orgasms for 30 minutes? So that's Pigsy on 9th place. And in the final slot, ladies and gents, it's Danny LaRusso, Daniel Son. Too much wax on, wax off in qualifying. He was on the hard tyre. Oh, man, that's cool as. Look at this. Ninja Cat. I'm all about the Ninja Cat. Ah. Meow. So, Ninja Cat on the Honda of Danny LaRusso. And that's your lot. Ladies and gentlemen, no roots. Maybe you needed extra counselling after the last rounds. But, yes, some big hitters missing in the fray. So, without further ado, 14 laps, ladies and gentlemen of St. Croix. Let us race. Look at the map up in that top corner. This is a big feat for these guys. 14 laps of a very tough track. And they're away. Medium GT on those soft tyres. He's going to hope that they liven up pretty soon so he can get his great getaway from the pair of Ferraris that are chasing him down. And already the buggy having a sniff and a whiff up the inside of the Ferrari, and he has planted the Lexus, has he though? The Ferrari coming along with him, and yes, the Lexus now claims third spot away from the Flinch. And I tell you why, because he's not got his windscreen wipers on. He's not got his secret weapon done. He'll save that for later in the race, ladies and gents. Orgasmic Cry in that 5th as there is fighting here with the Renault and the Duffman through, sorry. Duffman, who started on the soft tyres, also making his way up and past Oban. With Amtrak looking very helpfully behind, as the Pigsy also does, and Danny Russo in his Honda. Medium at the moment, pulling out a gap on the Kilroy, and Flinch down into 4th after the bug took him on the first couple of corners there. Buggy absolutely landing the Lexus with a vengeance, ladies and gentlemen. And Kilroy, the next on his list. Unbelievable braking from Buggy. And I can't believe he made the corner. Wowzers, he took my breath away. Buggy absolutely planted late on the brakes there. Do or dare. And he dared, and he did. So Kilroy now under pressure from the Flinch. And Flinch is all up for this, I tell thee. And Flinch still not deploying the windscreen wiper as of yet. With Orgasmic Cry now in the fray. Orgasmic Cry on those soft tyres. He'll have a slight advantage in the corners with grippage. And he's got himself... no, Duffman got past Oban. Oban being swallowed up by now the championship leader of Amtrak. He was having a look. but there's no room there, and Duffman still ahead of the Oban, but Oban very close behind him. Duffman on those soft tyres, Oban on the medium tyres, and now we've got Amtrak, Pigsy and Daniel Sun all in a row, but medium GT is absolutely dipping, ladies and gentlemen. He has bounced, and Buggy chasing him down there, but then we have the Kilroy ahead of Flinch fancying it the full inch, wanting a piece of that Ferrari action ahead of him, but Orgasmic Cry has a lot to say about that as we sit aboard. 5th place, Orgasmic Cry in his Merc Shady, as he chases down the full inch, ladies and gentlemen, and Kilroy. I was slurping on my coffee and I nearly had to spit it out to say, oh yeah. Orgasmic Cry having a very close look up the inside of Flinch, and now they're both having a go at the Kilroy. I wonder what ails our man Kilroy. What ails our man? He's dropped down a few positions there. Did he make a small mistake? And it looks like it's cost him heavily, ladies and gentlemen. The full inch up into 3rd with Orgasmic Cry setting chase, and Duffman in 5th. Now ahead of the Ferrari, and some racing down here with the Pigsy, Oban and Daniel San, and Oban trying to go the long route around the outside, and it sticks, ladies and gentlemen. The Renault proving that it is not an absolute car, which I thought it was. Amtrak though is ahead, and he's going into this race here. No, where are we? Amtrak is racing with the full inch who's come down. Oh my word. So here we go. We've got Flinch, Kilroy getting back ahead of Flinch, and Amtrak just having the momentum, I think, to close in on Flinch. So Flinch dropping down there. Orgasmic Cry, we didn't see all of that, did we? Because Flinch was ahead of Orgasmic Cry, sorry. Here we go. Oh, just decided to mow a bit of lawn. Whilst alongside Orgasmic Cry, Duffman just in the vicinity. He gets the position as well, and this is where we see Kilroy snatch up a piece of the full inch. And Amtrak then in 7th with the momentum. We're back to where we were. There you go. And Amtrak then in 7th. Oban holding up the Pigsy. It would seem Pigsy wants to get on with the business of getting on. And Daniel Sun in 10th, just pursuing and viewing at the moment. Medium GT totally trying to get out of the way of all of his competitors in this race. He wants to make this one a straightforward win from pole to flag with no disruptions. And at the moment, he is doing an absolutely stand-up job about it. Buggy, though, is chasing him down in 2nd place. And Buggy is no slow poach, but Buggy's on the medium tyre. Medium's on the fast, soft tyre. Duffman, and he's got past himself an Orgasmic Cry. Duffman absolutely slinging Merc Shadies today as he makes his way up and into 3rd place. An Orgasmic Cry slipping into 4th with those soft tyres. Duffman also on the soft tyres, very racy here in the mid-pack. Kilroy on the medium tyres, he's ahead of Amtrak now, who's got past the full inch, and Pigsy has got past the Oban. It's Danny LaRusso's turn next, and Oban in that Renault, what was he thinking? Full inch then, he's lost a lot of ground in this race. Get your wipers on, lads. Let's get going. And Amtrak there in 6th place, chasing down the Kilroy, and Orgasmic Cry has been owned by Duffman now. Duffman on the hunt, ladies and gentlemen, on the hunt for a buggy and a medium, and neither of these are dropping the ball, ladies and gentlemen. They are driving at their optimum pace. There's no slack in here with the top 3, all at it hard and fast. Orgasmic Cry as well there, trying to chase him down, but he just doesn't have the pace of the top 3. And Kilroy coming back as Amtrak picking up a half a second penalty, but he's done the full inch, and now yes, the full inch has got the wipers on. Ladies and gentlemen, we are in business. This is it. We are serious. The full inch has got back into the game as Pigsy comes up upon him, and it's Ferrari versus Ferrari. It's Italian on Italian action, ladies and gents. Feast your eyes on such wonders. And, oh, the windscreen wipers are off. He must just bash buttons in that car. He must be hitting all of the buttons when he gets to a corner. Not just the brake, he hits every button. So the full inch. And Pigsy then going for a move, and it's the wipers. It's all about the wipers. And the full inch hasn't learned. Amtrak in 6, and does Pigsy make that stand? He does. But Flinch, he doesn't have to worry. Pigsy, he's only got a couple of corners till he actually throws it off at the scenery. So the Flinch just has to stay in his wake and hope the Pigsy does his usual spin of a race. Amtrak then, the championship leader, getting, well, he was already ahead of Pigsy, I think, but he's getting through the traffic. Kilroy, though, has the march on him. Orgasmic Cry in 4th. Duffman setting chase of the leaders. Buggy looks like he is closing in on the medium. Medium was the fastest man around on lap 2, but it's a long lap. And lots can happen now. Already we're seeing the soft tyres are half burnt. They are halfway through their life cycle, with the buggy chasing him on medium tyres. Steady tyres, ladies and gentlemen. When will medium make his pit stop? It's around about a 50-minute race. So lap 3 of 14. We're coming into 8 minutes. Quarter of a tank used. It's I mean, I imagine that Duffman's doing okay on his soft tyres. Orgasmic Cry, not as bad as medium's leaning into his rather heavily next to some of those around him. I think he's got another lap, maybe 2. Maybe not 2, you know. He's done 3 on them, and they're over half burnt on the front left. But if he can live with it, then all is good. Buggy in 2nd, Duffman in 3rd. Orgasmic Cry going at great guns as well. Kilroy under pressure from the Amtrak. Amtrak in his Porsche. A nice settled car, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, the Group 3 cars, they're all rear-wheel drive, but it's all about engine placement. I think it's a mid-engine, but so is the Ferrari it's chasing. So, it just makes the centre of gravity a little better for these guys. Again, all up and about the Ferrari, but Kilroy isn't giving up anything in any way whatsoever. And Amtrak now just pacing himself behind. He knows it's a long race. There's no rush. Although he must be seeing that medium GT, even though on soft tyres, is starting to, has pulled out a lovely gap. Don't think it's a pit stop's worth though. So Amtrak not panicking as yet. Oh, and for Kilroy and Amtrak, happy 4th of July, yesterday. Freedom, brothers. You won. Well done. Nothing to do with it. We couldn't be bothered to send any army over. We just left the people there to deal with it and say, you just deal with the colonies, will you, please? And then they radioed back saying, oh no, we're not going to be able to defeat them. And we sat there and said, shall we send an armada, gentlemen? And we thought, nah, sod it. It's only America. Not to take anything away from your win, it was a brilliant win. Well done. More like a civil war, wasn't it, really? You were us. You just didn't want to be us anymore. Who cares? Well, you guys, because you celebrate it every year, so obviously. Anyway, Kilroy. This was way before the 4th of July anyway. It doesn't even matter. This was the week before. So, Orgasmic Cry then in 4th place with the Duffman in 3rd. Buggy, I only say all that. I don't care. I'm only winding you up. Trying to belittle your winning. I'm telling you, if we, you know, it's for all the, it's the revenge of always, oh, you wouldn't have won World War II if it wasn't for us suckers. World War II wouldn't have bloody happened if you guys didn't hide out of it for the whole 4 years and sell weapons to both sides. You warmongering son of a guns. Don't give me that you won World War II for us. You could have got involved a lot earlier, a lot less people could have died, and everyone could have lived happily ever after. So, we're all bad. We've all got bad dynasties. Medium GT then leads the way, Buggy in. I don't know where that come from. I was trying to make amends for being bad about 4th of July, so I went double down on World War II. Why not? So Buggy in second, Duffman in third. Razorback saying hi thingy, hi chat. No, it's a quiet one. Oh, Jesus, we've got 8 people watching. I honestly thought no one was watching. That is shocking. Hi, gang. Hello, everyone out there. I honestly thought I was just chatting to myself. That's why I was saying random things. Medium GT. I'm still waiting for the bubble to burst on this whole streaming fandango. I thought by now people would be sick of me and stop watching. I'd be cancelled. They're still watching. They're sick. There's problems with people today. So medium GT, his tyres are starting to look quite hampered as the Buggy is there now. Buggy is absolutely on the scene. Duffman's tyres are looking a little hung up, and Orgasmic Cry as well. He's getting to the end of that tyre. Lap 4 of 14, and the pit stops is just around the next corner. Will some of them take that? Amtrak is ahead of the Kilroy, so Amtrak making his way. Yes, medium makes his pit stop. Buggy carries on, but his tyres aren't in a state that he needs a pit stop now. The big one is a Duffman. Duffman does head in towards pit row, as so does Orgasmic Cry. So the soft runners don't fancy another lap on those bad boys. 4 laps, so that means these medium guys have got to get the laps, the tyres to go to lap 10, and then run at the end on the medium. Pixie through medium. No, medium's gone out behind everyone who is already running, but that is no concern. That is not a worry. He is now on the medium tyre, and I guess he's going to be hoping to run those medium tyres all the way to the checkered flag. The full inch is still on his mediums. He's down in 7th. Also, he didn't get everyone. Daniel LaRusso got past the full inch. Duffman in 8th, out on his medium tyres. Oban still on his original tyres in 9th, and Orgasmic Cry out in 10th on his tyres. Razorback saying, never, you're a legend now. Andrew saying, hi, not sick of these wonderful commentaries. Oh, gosh. And Edward saying, hello from across the pond from Candu. Sorry, Edward, I was only joking about the whole 4th of July and World War II thing. It's just a little banter between friends. Hey, we've got a close friendship. So we're allowed to mock each other. Buggy then leads the way without a pit stop yet. Amtrak in second. Championship leader coming to the top. Kilroy in third, doing an absolutely superb job with Pigsy in the vicinity. Pigsy is racy, ladies and gentlemen. He's already done the full inch today. Can he do the Kilroy? And Pigsy then closing in on his fellow Ferrari driver. A lovely toe, and there we go, ladies and gentlemen. The toe is strong here at the St. Croix of St. Croix, and Pigsy up to third, and the championship is not dead. Who said it was dead? Who said it was over? Because Pigsy still fancies it, but he's got to be finishing ahead of Amtrak more often than what he is, and he knows that. Buggy at the moment in the lead. And like I said, they're going to be wanting, it looks like they get a good 4 laps on the soft tyre. So these medium runners, they're going to try and rinse these tyres all the way to lap 10. And he's already halfway through them on lap 5, and they're only going to get worse. So it's a tough call for the medium runners. Amtrak on his way in the push A with Pigsy in third. Kilroy in fourth, being closely followed by a fresh tired Nissan on medium tyres, and medium GT he's looking to take places, and he's got to, because these guys are going to be on the softs come the end of the race, and they're going to be absolutely chasing him down. So and the medium GT's tyres will be pretty old by then as well, as he goes for an inside move, and he gives room as well. Beautiful racing, ladies and gentlemen. Medium GT and Kilroy are absolutely displaying what respect and racing looks like. Dailies, take note. Danny LaRusso there in 6th. He's fancying a piece of the action ahead with the full inch in 7th. ahead of Duffman, who's recently made his pit stop. He's going to be looking to run to the end of the race in this one now, with Oban in 9th and Orgasmic Cry, who also is looking to run to the end. Buggy then all the way to lap 10 at least, at the bare minimum he needs. With Amtrak, there's a gap, isn't there? Amtrak's not going to be able to turn one over on the buggy, but now Amtrak, thinking of the championship, just needs to finish ahead of Pigsy. But Pigsy is absolutely slinging Ferrari today, and we do know, ladies and gentlemen, what happens when Pigsy decides to sling Ferrari. It ends in disaster usually, so fingers crossed for Pigsy and all that sail in her. So Amtrak 310.8 last time around, 310.3 from the Pigsy. Pigsy is absolutely slinging it. Medium's got himself past Danny LaRusso. I think, did we see that? I'm not sure. I'm slack, Jack. So Kilroy then in that 6th. He's starting to look a bit fighty towards Danny LaRusso. Danny LaRusso losing a slight bit of pace, it seems. Or did he get past Kilroy? He might have got past Kilroy, actually. I might be talking absolute fodder. 3:13 with Danny LaRusso doing a 3:11. I think it's the LaRusso has actually got past Kilroy that last lap around. And now it's the full inch chasing down Kilroy, with Duffman after his pit stop running to the end. And getting a couple of these positions would be quite nice before the pit stops, because they will be coming back at him on a set of racing soft fresh tyres, whilst he'll be on a very old set of mediums. It's going to be a tough fight for him. Flinch then in 7th, but it looks like Flinch being caught by the fresher tired Duffman. 3:12 from the Flinch last time around, 3:09, but it was an outlap. Kilroy, and they've got double jeopardy now. They've got full damage in this championship, ladies and gents, but so far not a problem with all these barriers as well. You'd think it was. Now Medium GT is starting to give Pigsy a bit of pressure. Pigsy under pressure now from the Nissan driver. The Nissan is absolutely driving out of his skin, ladies and gentlemen. Medium GT has found his sweet spot. We have found the G spot to his GT. And Medium then is going full. No medium about this. With he's going a full G spot T, ladies and gentlemen, around the outside. He fears no corner, and Medium GT gains the position, and Pigsy then just has to suck it. Buggy does not wait for lap 10. Buggy is not waiting for lap 10. He's in on lap 6, ladies and gents. If he goes for soft tyres, I fear that's too early. And Amtrak in as well. My word, my word, my lord. And the Medium now goes back to the lead. No, Buggy's gone soft. Buggy's gone soft. He's trying to get back out, but the Medium's through. The Medium is through, and now Buggy is going to try and make... That is ridiculous. There is no way on this possible planet of Earth, flat all round, that man can make a set of racing soft tyres last to the checkered flag. I am calling out that. Danny LaRusso carries on. He knows the plan. He knows the plan. Kilroy carrying on with his medium tyres. Duffman carries on. Well, he's going till the end anyway. Full Inch is staying with his medium tyres. Amtrak also fancies the soft tyre for the rest of the race. This, ladies and gentlemen, is crazy talk. Crazy talk, I tell you. Orgasmic Cry in the Mercedes is there. He's going till the end. Pigsy has also made a soft spot. A stop for softs. Sorry. I will get them words out. And Oban still on his original tyre. This is... I mean, Pigsy, no. I can't justify it. I can't justify these guys going to the soft tyres. I can't get in their heads, ladies and gentlemen. I don't think the tyres are going to last. I think it's an incorrect strategy. But we will see. Medium GT at the moment under the cosh, and I'm sure he didn't feel or think that he was going to be under this pressure already on the softs. And I tell you what, make Buggy work for it, man. Make him move it around. Make him move that car around. Make him really use those soft tyres up in his first lap, trying to get past you. Really do get the Lexus in action, because he's gone for those soft tyres earlier. And Medium knows. Medium's been on the soft tyre. He knows they were done after the end of lap 4. And Buggy fancying them for 7 laps. I think not, my friend. I think not. But I have been wrong so many times before. I am prepared to be wrong again. But Danny LaRusso not fancying those soft tyres just yet with Duffman. He's running to the end and he's in 4th already with 2 guys ahead. Well, no, 1 guy ahead of him to pit, which is Danny LaRusso. Because Buggy's already pitted, but Buggy might burn his tyres out before the end of the race. We'll have to see. He might have a nimble touch. He might have a light finger mod on his Lexus. That means he won't tear up his tyres, but it'll be surprising. Medium GT at the moment under all of the pressure, ladies and gentlemen, under all of the pressure. Buggy on the soft tyres. Can he save them till the end of the race? Danny LaRusso sticking with his original mediums. Duffman in after 4 laps onto the mediums, running to the end. Kilroy is still on his original mediums and he's being caught by the Flinch. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, Flinch has got his wipers deployed. That means he's gone full inch, ladies and gentlemen, full inch. Oban in the chat saying hi thingy, hi chat. Just on shortly to give a like. We'll watch later. I'm at a birthday and there are beers. Have a good watch, friends. No worries, Oban. Enjoy your beers and partying. So the full inch, he's got out, he's deployed the windscreen wiper now, and he means serious business, ladies and gents. Kilroy, it's trouble coming his way. 3:15 for the Kilroy last time around, and the full inch at 3:13, nearly 2 seconds faster. That's what the windscreen wiper blade brings to the game. Duffman, I'm surprised none of these others have realised that. Danny LaRusso, wouldn't it be weird if there is some weird glitch where you can get like half a second faster just by using your windscreen wiper? It pushes the air out the way. It's aero. Medium GT has been done by the Buggy, and unfortunately it was for the lead. We can try and see. Oh my god, that was a lot. No, Buggy didn't go into the pits, did he? There's no way. I mean, medium GT didn't go in the pits, so medium still leads. We've gone back nearly a minute though. Oh, a tap of the wall, a tap of the wall, ladies and gents. No damage though, no damage. And medium GT, just a little pride hurt. Just damaged his pride a little bit, and the Buggy goes through. Medium GT in second, Danny LaRusso in third. Unbelievable stuff going on here. Danny LaRusso still not pitting yet. Still not pitting yet. Lap 10, I'm telling you, lap 10 is the golden number. Although Pigsy, Duffman, Buggy, not Duffman, he's sticking to the plan. Piggy, and who was the other one? Amtrak. Amtrak, the tyres looking okay though. In the chat, Skyjacker giving us a wave, and Andrew saying, Brian, happy birthday. Oh, it's Brian's birthday party. Oh, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to your face, happy birthday to you. So Amtrak then is in the lead. Not the lead, sorry. 7th, he's in the championship lead, is what I was thinking, but he's getting purples. And I'd say he's going to try and catch the full inch up, but full inch has now deployed the wiper blades, and there is no stopping him now, ladies and gentlemen. Even Kilroy is feeling the pressure. Duffman in 4th, he's looking good, is the Duffman, as Danny LaRusso is yet to pit and to put on the soft tyre. Medium GT just losing the lead to the Bugs, but the Bugs, he's on a soft set of tyres and he's hoping to make them last all the way to the end, and I am questioning whether or not he can. It is going to be intriguing to see. He's going to be driving on very slippery tyres by the end of the race, I believe. The full inch with the blades, there we go. Oh yes! And the full inch then makes the move, ladies and gentlemen. Flinch up to 5th place, and I tell you what, those wiper blades don't half pull a little bit of aero in for you, and Kilroy needs to deploy his if he really wants to get serious about this race. Amtrak closing in on his soft tyres, but he doesn't wish to use them too much, and the full inch then up ahead of Kilroy as Amtrak comes in hot and heavy. And Michael Ford saying, thought I have a watch while at work. Why not? That's the only way to watch me. Muted whilst you're busy being distracted by whatever you're doing. Let's hope it's nothing like air traffic controlling, because that is probably not advisable. If it's at a till in a supermarket, again, not advisable. People walking by buying their sugar is not to hear this. And there we go, Amtrak going over the move, the Gilroy. Oh, Amtrak slings it in there. Beautiful move from the Amtrak. He is on fresher tyres. Kilroy is on his original set of mediums, so it is an absolute mule that he's driving at the moment. It isn't a stallion like they'd like you to believe. It's a donkey. And Pigsy then through with his fresh tyres, and Kilroy with his Eeyore is slipping down the ranks. Is he going to? He's still not pitting though. He's sticking with it. He's saying no, lap 10. Lap 10 is the one. Orgasmic Cry there in ninth with the Oban in 10th. The Bugs leads the way, ladies and gentlemen. A 3:06 last time around, and Mikey saying no, just putting aircon belt back on a fire truck. That's awesome though. That is so cool. Make it go Nino. Daniel Russo past the Duffman. No, Duffman catching up. Sorry, no, it's the other way round. Daniel LaRusso, though, he's making those tyres last. I'd be tempted to go in a bit earlier. I know I'm saying, oh, lap 10 is the way to go, but the way he's made those mediums last, he might be able to get more out of the softs. And Buggy, at the moment, he's doing remarkably well. Still 5 laps to go, but his soft tyres not looking all that torn up. And he's used them for 2 already. I'll tell you what, though, they go quick, don't they? We thought that. We thought they were looking good on medium and others. Medium's getting through, but medium does like to lean on a tyre, doesn't he? Danny LaRusso then also getting, well, that's his original medium tyres. He's bound to have got through them. And Duffman just behind. I mean, Duffman, he's racing medium. 3:09.6, 3:09.0. So Duffman slightly quicker than medium at the moment, but he does have a Danielson in his way. Amtrak in 5th, and he's got Flinch and Pigsy chasing him down. It's a Ferrari attack, and Amtrak at the moment just trying to stay ahead. The Flinch flying since deployment of the wiper blades. And look, he's turned them off again, and look, Pigsy's going to come through. So Pigsy in 7th, Kilroy there in 8th, and Orgasmic Cry coming back in this race, making that earlier pit stop, disappearing for a while, and now back on the scene, ladies and gentlemen. Orgasmic Cry bringing the noise in the McShady as Pigsy tries to get a move done on the full inch. Ladies and gents, the wiper blades are deployed again, and now Pigsy's job has just got twice as hard. He is on the stickier tyre though, ladies and gentlemen, trying to get the move up the inside, and you can see the full inches Ferrari all over the shop as it struggles with grip, and the Pigsy through. The Pigsy is through, and he can still see Amtrak, ladies and gentlemen. That championship battle is still alive and well. Danny LaRusso has been taken by the Duffman, and that'll be down to the tyres and fuel. Look at that. He might be trying to eke the fuel out a little bit. Buggy's tyres. Oof. Ouch. He's trying to bolt, isn't he? He is trying to bolt so he can make a quick stop, I reckon. That is his plan. There's no way he's going to get another 5 laps out of those tyres. So he's trying to get as far ahead of the medium as possible. Now, if I was medium, I'd stop as well. If the bug stops, stop medium, because your tyres aren't looking too healthy also. Duffman, his tyres aren't looking torn up like the other guys. I feel he could go all the way. Daniel Russo comes in, finally makes the stop on lap 9, a lap earlier than I thought they ought to, but the soft tyres are going a bit better on lighter fuel tanks. Screaming from Pigsy, the flinch goes in, ladies and gentlemen, the full inch into the pits. Orgasmic Cry goes on as Kilroy also enters the fray of the pit stops. That puts Oban, ooh, heavy damage on the front of Oban. I was saying no one's been caught out by that damage yet, but it would be the Renault that everyone tells me isn't as bad as what it is, but it is, because I see from my eyes. Oban's off to a party. That's why he was going. He said, I'm not watching right now, I'm off to a party, because I wrecked the front of my car, and you might go and look at the replay. I don't know when it happened, but here we go then. We're all leaving the pits here. Kilroy out on a set of lovely softs. The full inch, oh, the full inch has been massied, ladies and gentlemen. He has been absolutely penaled. Danny Russo onto his soft tyres. Orgasmic Cry continuing on, and he's got a bit of breathing space, but the Honda will be upon him very soon, so he's got to watch out. Pigsy, he's evaluating what the hell has he done putting those tyres on when he has. Amtrak also, they're a little bit better on Amtrak's, but still they're going. Look, a 3:10 from Amtrak last time around and a 3:10 from Pigsy. Both of them losing 2 seconds or a lap there. Duffman continuing on, staying steady, keeping a steady pace, keeping his mediums alive. Oh no, he needs fuel. He's not getting to the end anyway. He's not got the fuel. What about Buggy? No, Buggy's got a pit. I apologise. The fuel is going to cane him. It's nothing to do with tyres. He knew maybe the fuel was never going to go all the way. So medium already, his tyres are pretty blistered up, but his fuel is fine. Buggy's going to have to pit because he needs the fuel, and so is Duffman on that fuel. Wow, now I never noticed that. There you go. Amtrak also fuel, so pitting that early, but they've managed to get a full tank to 10 laps. So I don't get that. These guys pitted at the end of lap 4. And if they'd filled their tanks up, they should be able to get to the end. But maybe because of the soft tyre being a faster tyre, they've used more fuel up in the meantime. Interesting stuff. So, well, if you ever watch this back, I don't know why you would, but you have to keep an eye on their fuel tanks after their pit stops. I didn't think to look to see if they filled up or not. Medium GT, at the moment it's all going his way. The Bugs is definitely going to have to pit before the end of the race. So medium GT still possibly could be in for a win, but his medium tyres are looking pretty ropey, and I'd say Buggy's in. Now, is medium going to pit? He is, ladies and gentlemen. He's not going to lose as much pit time as the Buggy because he's not filling up. Duffman also bringing the McShady in. Amtrak's going to have to bring his in now. A 2-stop. I didn't see that coming. I honestly didn't. Pigsy, he's definitely going to have to pit in. His tyres, he might go for another lap. It is Pigsy. No, he's bringing it in as well. Orgasmic Cry also coming in. No, also coming in. Interesting. Danny LaRusso, he's going to be right in the thick of the action there, ladies and gents, when they all come out. So Buggy stayed ahead of the medium. Medium's put the soft tyres on. So has the Buggy, though. Duffman, he's onto a set of soft tyres as well. And Danny LaRusso jumps half the field. Ladies and gents, you've got to say, at the moment, Danny LaRusso's strategy has been absolutely golden. Amtrak out in 5th. He's on the soft tyres, though, chasing down Daniel San. And Pigsy out in 6th. Orgasmic Cry in 7th, ahead of the Kilroy and the Flinch. And Oban now finally making his stop, going on to the soft tyre and absolutely laying down the law there in 10th place. We have got just over 3 laps of racing to go here, ladies and gents. It is absolutely on the edge of our seat stuff. Andrew in the chat saying this is a fine, balanced, tactical battle. It is lovely, isn't it? So medium GT, has he got the pace to catch up the Bugs? I don't think so. Buggy seems to be flying today with medium GT in 2nd place. The Duffman could cause waves, but he's just too far back now on the leaders. And medium, he needs to find an exit. Maybe use your windscreen wipers. Put your windscreen wipers on. Let's just see if it works. Works for Flinch. Duffman in 3rd with Danny LaRusso flying behind him. And his tyres nicely warmed up as the Duffman gets his up and running. And Amtrak there in 5th place, ahead of, importantly, Pigsy. But Duffman, 3rd in the championship. He's dropped around. He's secretly putting himself into contention here, ladies and gentlemen. Watch out for the Duffman, because I think this one's going to be a big one for him. 2 positions ahead of Amtrak, 3 positions ahead of Pigsy, and Duffman doing a job and a half in the championship here. Orgasmic Cry in 7th, and Buggy's in that championship battle as well, 4th or 5th. Let me get the championship table up, shall we? Buggy's going to do himself a whole heap of favours in the championship table, I believe. Let me see. Buggy, 5th. Yes, 5th in the championship, 73 points. Looks like he's going to jump Ace Matteo today. And Duffman is 3rd on 88 points. 20 points behind Pigsy. But like I said, he has dropped around where Pigsy hasn't. And they've both got quite a poor scoring round. But that's the one that... So really, on the paper at the moment, Pigsy's only going to drop 8 points, not 20. So it's still a big deficit to Duffman. Duffman's got to do a lot of work. But at the moment, he's doing the right stuff. Good 3 positions ahead of Pigsy. And that is moving in the right direction for a championship. Buggy as well. Danny LaRusso going faster than he's gone before. Buggy's got the fastest lap with a 3:06.6. That's an absolutely impressive pace. Duffman 3:07.4 last time out, but that was an out lap. Where's our closest battle then, ladies and gents? Orgasmic Cry. Kilroy must have just got past Orgasmic Cry, maybe, or Orgasmic Cry's closed up. Looks like Orgasmic Cry pitted that last time around, so yeah, he's put himself into this battle with the full inch back with the windscreen wipers. We are back on the wiper blades, ladies and gentlemen, and he's just done his fastest lap. So it goes to show there is something in it. There is something in it indeed. Windscreen wipers make you faster. And Oban there in 10th position in the Renault, and I'm blaming the Renault for that position. Buggy leads in the Lexus against the medium of a GT. And Duffman in the McShady. So 3 different manufacturers in the top 3, ladies and gentlemen, and none of them are a Porsche or a Ferrari, which are leading the championships. How about that? Honda in 4th, and then we have the Porsche in 5th ahead of Ferrari or Pigsy in 6th. What an absolute banger of a race, and Pigsy just wants to get himself past the Porsche of Amtrak, just to outscore him for 1 round at least. And Amtrak flying at the moment with Pigsy in 6th, Kilroy in 7th, Orgasmic Cry in 8th place with the Flinch in 8th and 9th, sorry, Oban in 10th. We're all running to the end now, I believe. Danny LaRusso pulling off a great strategy there without making an extra pit stop that the other guys have made. And he's moving along rather swiftly, a 3:08.3 last time from him. As Duffman, oh, where's Duffman? The camera's stopped. No, he's still going. That's all right. It does make me panic when the camera's at a halt. Danny LaRusso then in 4th place. Doesn't look likely to catch up the Duffman at this point. Medium GT, a 3:06.0, but that was an outlap. It won't count towards his fastest laps. And this one, ladies and gentlemen, I think this is looking how it's going to be. There's some close running here with Orgasmic Cry and the full inch. Has the full inch just put that one past him? Oh no, Orgasmic Cry is in a free fall at the moment, ladies and gentlemen, with the full inch making his way through and up and trying to chase down Kilroy now. But Orgasmic Cry not trying to back off or anything and give Flinch a full run for his money, ladies and gents, as we come up to a tricky part of the track, a right angle. Well, it's not tricky, it's the end of the lap, but it's easy to hit that wall. Mr. A. Nelson saying great commentary. Well, bless you, thank you very much, that's very kind of you. So Orgasmic Cry chasing down the full inch. 3:07.7. Flinch going faster than he's gone before. That last time around, a 3:09 for the McShady. Kilroy a 3:08.6. And the McShady's going for it up the inside. Oh, an Orgasmic Cry stole that one. Absolutely slung it up the inside. Had to go off the road to get the position, and he managed to get it. Great stuff, great racing there, and the full inch I don't think there's anything he could have done about that. Orgasmic Cry licked that stamp. He sent it all the way to Australia. And Oban there in 10th. We've got Buggy still leading a 3:05.9. Buggy just finding more and more time out of the Lexus, with Medium GT chasing him down. Pole sitter felt that this win, he did all the work at the very beginning. And I honestly didn't think he needed to come in for that second stop, but the fuel was an issue. So Medium GT then, looking like second is the best it's going to be, unless Duffman can do something special. But 3:07.4 for Duffman last time around. 3:08, he's a second faster than him, second and a half, but I'm unsure if he's going to be able to catch. Danny LaRusso in 4th, doing a fine job. Amtrak and Pigsy are on their way, but they might not have enough laps. We're on the penultimate lap now. 3:07.4 from Amtrak, 3:06.7 from Pigsy. Pigsy really is on a push, with Danny LaRusso doing 3:09s. He might be far enough ahead though. We will monitor the situation. He might not be far enough. I've monitored the situation. I don't think he's far enough ahead. I think Pigsy and Amtrak will catch up the LaRusso by the end. Danielson, you got to get some wax on and then get that wax off again. Duffman in 3rd, chasing down a Medium doing 3:08.9s. Duffman a 3:07.4. Buggy 3:05.9. Buggy absolutely slinging Lexus today, wanting the win. Amtrak and Pigsy we're monitoring. Kilroy now being caught by Orgasmic Cry, and Orgasmic Cry is driving like a dog from hell, ladies and gentlemen. He has climbed out of the bottom of the pack, and now he is starting to make that Mercedes work for him. And the Ferraris seem to be all at sea at the moment. Flinch doing his fastest last time around, but still not being able to live with the Mercedes that's closing in on Kilroy now. Kilroy just trying to hold on to that 7th position, but Orgasmic Cry is absolutely slinging his Merc at the end of this race. Great stuff as they go on to the final lap, ladies and gentlemen. It has been 42 minutes of hard racing for these Pro Sim racers, and we are closing into the final throws of the race as the Buggy keeps on sending it. Medium GT in chase, but not being able to close in quick enough. The Duffman in 3rd, the final podium sitter. They're quite spaced out, these guys, and I don't believe that there's going to be any change to the order at the top 3. Now Danny LaRusso is being quietly caught by Amtrak and the Pigsy. Pigsy would love to get a jump on the pair of these, but on the final lap, is it doable? We think that Danny LaRusso will have to make a mistake, and Amtrak will have to find something special. He did a 3:08.1 last time out, with Danny LaRusso there in 4th spot. And we said the top 3, nothing changing there. Fuel's low. Pigsy's got a bit more fuel than the guys ahead of him, but I just don't think on this final lap they're not going to run out of fuel, so it's not going to help him, is what I'm saying. Kilroy still under pressure from Orgasmic Cry. Orgasmic Cry going for a last lap special take. It's like getting to be the last person in the Chinese and you get all of the extra crackers, prawn crackers, that they've cooked all night. So Orgasmic Cry trying to get in there in the final throws of the race to get past the kill of Roy. Full inch, back with the wiper blades, back on the pace. Buggy then making his way around. Only a few more corners for the Bugs, and then he is gonna be a winner chicken dinner. So the Bug just bringing it around now. Two more corners. If you class that one as a corner, it was 3. Now this, now the next, and then that's it. Medium GT. Oh, Medium GT did everything right at the very beginning of this race. Tried to build out a buffer so this would not happen, and I didn't think he'd had that extra pit stop to make, but he did, unfortunately. And Duffman there in 3rd. Danny looks like he's gonna survive from the championship leaders of Amtrak. Oh, Buggy, I missed it. Bloody hell, followed him all that way. So the Bugs then comes around the final corner and, ladies and gentlemen, takes the win. Great stuff from the Bug. Fantastic. From fourth on the grid, ladies and gents. Medium GT brings it home for a fine second place. And the Duffman, take a boo, my son, gets a podium. Great drive from the Duffman. Danny LaRusso, can he fend off the Porsche and the Ferrari, the championship leaders, the heavy hitters, as he comes up towards the line? And it's Danny's son gets fourth place. Amtrak fifth. Pigsy grabs sixth. Kilroy, we've got a host. Oh, Kilroy just trying to stay ahead of Orgasmic Cry. Orgasmic Cry grabs it in the final corner, and Orgasmic Cry grabs himself seventh place ahead of Kilroy. Oh, Kilroy's run out of fuel, ladies and gents. And Flinch in eighth, the full inch. And Kilroy out of fuel, and the final straight. Oh, heartbreak for the Kilroy. We'll buy him an Abagus for Christmas so he can do some counting. And Oban then brings it around in the, what everyone tells me is a perfectly fine Renault, although the evidence speaks for itself, because I know Oban is a very swift driver. So I am putting that as all car. All shaft, no tip is that Renault, ladies and gents. So Oban brings it around and gets that 10th spot. And probably wishes he picked something nicer, like a Lexus. Wow. Wow, and wow, ladies and gentlemen. That was a roller coaster ride of fun, frolics, and fantastic driving. Buggy gets the win ahead of Medium GT, the pole sitter. And I can't think he'd be sad about that. That is a great drive. Such a great drive by everyone. Fantastic stuff. Duffman finishing in a fine third above all of his... No, Buggy's in that championship contention. So, yeah, he's beaten Amtrak and Pigsy, though, is the important thing. Daniel Son, a great strategy. One stop, maybe the only one stop at no. Orgasmic Cry had a one stop as well, I believe. So Daniel Son making a one stop work for him as Amtrak in fifth, Pigsy in sixth, Orgasmic Cry comes home in seventh, Flinch in eighth, Kilroy in ninth, Oban in 10th. What an absolute banger of a race. Ladies and gentlemen, round 8 of the Manufacturers' Cup at the O.T.H Racing Conglomerate. I learnt to say it. Nifty saying, great show, Thingy. Sincere thanks. You have done the O.T.H in the past 7 months, Mucker. No worries, man. And Razorback saying, thanks for the commentary, Thingy. And Ed saying, awesome as always, Thingy-majig. Always a pleasure, my guys, my friends, my lieges. And I will catch you on the flippity flop for the next round, round 9. I'll try and tell you where it is, quick. Hang on, before I go. We'll see if we can find it. Because I know as soon as I get off this, they're going to try and make me get the Nintendo Switch connected to the big TV, which I've already told them it doesn't work. But no one listens to me in this house. So I'm just going to make this stream last forever so I don't have to go and mess around with something that doesn't already work, which I know that doesn't work. Because I've told them before, it doesn't work. It's not doing anything because it doesn't work. There's a little telly here. I did say I can't get the Nintendo Switch to work on the big TV for some reason. So, ladies and gents, we are at Trial Mountain. Sorry, I was stringing it out. They've given up on the TV. I can go now. Thank you very much. Oh, Ed said it was Trial Mountain. Yeah, I was trying to make it last longer because I didn't want to mess around with the Nintendo Switch. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Tooroo! Peace and love. Peace and love.